coming to you live from viewing, so it's not really a very Monday Marvel show. So Australian in America, so I thought we'd give, but I can live with that. We do a lot of books to share today. This is what happens when you rely on internet in the US. No good, just can't hear you properly. Well, at least we gave it a try. Hi, Vincent, how are you? Well, for those of you who were here and can still hear me, I was going to show these off. So we'll talk about them at a later time. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize profusely for the internet. It's been... Oh, you can hear me now. Right, shall we start again? Let's start again and we can re-edit this in... We will re-edit this. Let's start again. I am going to start from the beginning. Give me 1 second, everyone. Welcome back to probably the worst live stream I've ever done in my life. But no, with all jokes aside, welcome to Still Only 35 Cents and the Merry Monday Malcolm Show. We are here in America and we've had some technical difficulties, hence we've restarted the stream. So hello everyone to us here. I will go through and reintroduce the chat because they've been very helpful as we've experienced these issues. So Belle, great to see you again. Hello, great to see you. Thank you so much. We have Bat Dan. Hi from the UK. Great to see you. Dan too. We have Wayne Deacon, one of our new members. Welcome. We have as well Vincent. Good to see you. Great to have you in the chat. And I missed Ronnie. There we go. There's Ronnie. How are you? Very good to see you. And we're back. So, yes, we did have some teething troubles, but we are over those now, hopefully. It sounds like it's good. What's great is that those that are in the chat, do we wind him up and say it's bad? Lol. Great for you. At least, Wayne, I can take a joke, my friend, so good on you. Welcome. For this one, as I say, we are in the US. I was over here for WonderCon, and it's my first anniversary with my beautiful wife. So we are, the next 5 days, we are in Palm Springs. So I'm coming to you live from Palm Springs here in the US. And as you can tell, these live streams when you're traveling and never really go to plan. So at least we're here. So this is the Merry Monday Malcolm Show. We're hosting on a Sunday afternoon here. It's 1:42. So it's not really a Merry Monday Malcolm Show, but I'm technically still in Australia, just in mindset. So it is still Monday for me. So those of you who are up early in Australia, great to see you too. There is a chat. There is a link in the chat for everybody if you would like to join. I will give you the theme for today's show. We're going to talk about the Marvel Studios announcement, and we're going to show a few books that seemed quite apt to talk about at the time. Very Doom-centric. Which came in from my friend Dave at West Coast Dave Avengers. And I think I'm probably one of the first people to get one of his new trading cards. Most Valuable Comics West Coast Dave Avengers trading card. Great cover swipe there of Dave. See Todd, bye Todd. He's not only done that, but he's also filled in the back and filled it in wonderfully well. So yes, I'm a proud owner. I just love getting little sort of funky gifts from Dave. He always thinks outside the box. If you haven't already, you have to subscribe to West Coast Dave Avengers. A great guy, and he does also have some great books. I hate to admit it, and we'll be sharing some of those on today's show. So yes, let's kick off and see if this works. So I'm going to switch to the new camera. I'm going to add to the stage, and we're going to switch the view to, I think it's this one. There it is. There you go. There's Dave's card. Let's put that here. This is a Dave themed comic book haul, so he deserves to take center stage. So we'll put him out down here. So as you can see, I did manage to get the setup right. So what I've got here is Dave's self-published book, which he sent to me through my storage locker here in the US. So I picked these up this week on the way through to WonderCon, and yes, spent some time picking up these items. So I wanted to share them with you because they're really bloody cool. So the first one, and I've already revealed the second book, he's just released this one. So this is the second book, The Many More Faces of Jack Kirby. But his first one, he did The Many Faces of Jack Kirby. And I'm going to do a deep dive in this. So I won't reveal too much of the book because it is fabulous. I think one of the best presentation self-published books I've seen in a long time. Certainly inspired me to think about what I'm going to do with this in the future. But I'll give you a sense. He's obviously got Jack Kirby's signature on the back here. But this is the sort of stuff that you get. You get scans of the comic book page and then crop-ins. But essentially, it's the faces of Jack Kirby. Hence, the faces of Jack Kirby, on the many faces of Jack Kirby. And I just think it's a really cool idea by Dave. And as I say, I won't go through it too much because I want to do a deep dive, get him on the show and talk about his inspiration for this. What's funny about this book, it was all of these were sort of like a convergence of many different things coming together at once. I was at WonderCon, obviously, this weekend, caught up with a whole bunch of YouTubers, but also one of those YouTubers is Gary Sassman from Tales from My Spinner Rack, and he was hosting a panel, and I didn't reveal at the time, but he was actually going to have, he had actually had Mark Evanier join him towards the second half of his panel, where he talked about Jack Kirby. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here where all of my interests, all of the stuff that's going on sort of converged. I thought this would be a good stream to sort of talk through these things. But again, so this is The Many Faces of Jack Kirby, but ironically then he did The Many More Faces of Jack Kirby with this fabulous Doom cover, which again is just him taking a scan of a comic book and representing it. But fabulous stuff. I will be revealing the next book as I open. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll cheat. Cover it up with that one so you don't see what's coming next, folks. Robert Bell.
Hello. Can you hear me?
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me? I know that
I can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me now.
Yeah.
It was terrible, wasn't it? Apparently.
You were breaking up. You sounded like Max Headroom. It was just like.
Oh well. At least
every other syllable was gone.
At least it's working now. Thank you for joining earlier, by the way. And great. Yeah. We haven't been on a stream together, have we? Have we been on?
No, this is actually the only second time I've ever done us on a stream.
Wow.
There was once I was late at night, and what is it? What's his name? Rican or Rican? I forget how to say his name. I just jumped on for a little bit.
It's very good to see you, and thank you for joining. Yeah. I know I've seen you in the comments many times, and I've seen you in the chat as well. So it's great to have you. And
I have my sort of fake little background in the background.
Right. I tried to do that, but it didn't work. So it's fine, as I say. So this is the second book that I managed to get from Dave. And as you can see, it's Doom related, which again, this week was weird because everything seemed to be happening for different reasons. And we'll talk about the casting in a minute. And I don't know if you.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which again, that's an interesting thing. But again, he's done more of this. You know, you've got Darkseid, and these are just. I just think he's done a really good job.
Absolutely.
Putting this together. This Doom page is one I particularly like.
Yeah.
Where he's taken one from the UK annual where they coloured it so poorly. So it's obviously Doom Christmas in that one, and then you've got Dr. Doom from a Dutch comic as well. So You know, if you haven't already, check it out. I think it's a really good piece of history.
Yeah, it's something to maybe think about looking into getting once my situation is better.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move and show, because let me share the.
And I'd like that trading card that he dated. That's really cool.
It's really cool, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so good. What I thought would be useful is, why don't we talk about this?
Okay.
Because this week, what was your? Did you watch the live stream?
Live stream of did they live stream the
They did a
casting?
live stream of this, and what they did it over like, I think something like 8 to 12 hours.
No.
And they revealed the cast, and they're all in order, from my understanding here. Yes, they are. They're all in order. So they revealed one cast member every like 10 to 20 minutes. So it was very similar to the Fantastic Four one, where they delayed the whole stream by an hour, and everyone got annoyed. So they did this like impromptu piece, but you know, it's great now to be able to watch it all in one go.
No, I just saw the compilation on Instagram where they went through all the chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original
with Mr. Robert Downey Jr. at the end.
At the end. Yeah, at the end. So that's good. So thoughts on the cast? I'm actually pretty happy with it. I don't think this is the final cast, but certainly everybody that's confirmed as of now, because they don't want to obviously ruin the surprise, because they've got another year to go.
Right. I'm happy to see. How do you say his name? Simu or
Simu, yes.
Simu. I'm glad to see that he's in there for that character. People say they don't like that movie. I actually liked it.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm a fan of his from when he was on. Oh, I should know the name of the show. He was on the Canadian TV show about an Asian Canadian family in.
Oh yes, wasn't he also?
What was that called? I forget.
That's where he got his. That's where he got his break, right? Is my
that was where he got started. Yeah.
Didn't he do? What, I never remember the title of it. The rich Asian movie. I can't. What's it called now?
Well, I think, was he in that one?
Was he in that? Gemma Chan was. Gemma Chan was in that, not him.
Right.
Crazy Rich Asians. That's the one.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in that, but look, I enjoyed it too. I think the ending, they just went like. I think the start worked well, but and I didn't like what they did with the Slattery character, like just the comic relief of Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I have to look up that Canadian show. It's driving me crazy. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's just have a look. So we've got Cliff on Comics has joined us. Love how you're making the best of the hotel room. I'm on my way home now from Cliff's Con myself. Congratulations. Wayne, Marvel said there's more to come. Obviously, that's great. Thank you, Wayne. I do. Yes, I agree. They can't. I reckon it'll be the biggest cast ever, and then obviously Secret Wars is going to be nuts.
Kim's Convenience. Kim's Convenience is the name of the Canadian show that he was on.
Nice. A Kim's Convenience.
Yeah.
From a convenience store perspective. That's great. The original X-Men cast additions were a nice surprise. I think so too. I actually really like James Marsden joining the cast. Because, as I say, everyone's been complaining that they've done him dirty. I like Alan Cummings coming back as Nightcrawler too.
Yep.
I love that Gambit's back.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that one's brilliant.
I hope he does a little like the accent that he did in the Deadpool Wolverine movie was maybe a little too much. Like if you can pull it back just a little so we can understand more of what he's saying, might be good. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
The other thing, and this is a really good point, that Batman makes a fantastic point, right? The obvious spoilers for Thunderbolts. Everybody survives. Great. Including Sentry, it would seem, right? So even Sentry makes it out. But the irony of it is probably no one at the end of this is going to survive anyway. Right? It'll either be an incursion or they'll be transported to Battle World.
Right.
So it'll be fascinating to see. But actually, that is a question for you and for the broader chat. I'm just thinking about this now, right? So you've got Avengers Doomsday, in 2026, and then like we did with Endgame, and the gap there was like the year gap, right? Infinity War and then Endgame. There were 2 movies in between. You can't end the universe. You can't have a massive incursion and then have 2 movies, because where are they going to be set?
Yeah,
Right. So I don't know what I need to sort of check the schedule. So that's a bit of a strange.
I have to admit, for some of the Marvel movies, I have not been keeping up as much as I had wanted to.
Yeah.
What's it like, the last Black Panther movie they did? I didn't actually see that yet. That was a while ago now. So
I wasn't a fan of the way they did Namor, but I've never been a massive Namor.
And I have seen a lot of the more of the Sony ones, and some of them I wish I hadn't. I didn't mind the last Venom movie.
I didn't mind that either. That was
There was a good ending to the way that character was.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I think I watched the Morbius one on Netflix. I'm glad I didn't go see that in a theater. At least I think that's what it is. And what's the one that recently just came out?
Oh, I know the one you mean.
Oh, the Craven. It's now available, I think, on.
I didn't mind Craven so much. I thought it was okay. I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson didn't.
Well, I still haven't watched it, so we'll see.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. There's one piece in there with the rhino that it just made me laugh.
Yeah, they should have done that with, even from the trailer. I could see it's like nobody's gonna like what they're doing with the rhino.
No, I quite liked. It was good when he was rhino, and it actually worked.
Yeah, but it's like that's not. They transformed him. It's like he should be like. Try to at least get somebody who could fill in a suit and do it that way.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, actually, he wasn't big enough.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why what they've done with the thing, it's sort of, it looks like it's partly CGI and partly practical. So It looks like they've done a good job. And I don't mind the voice of the actor. It's fine.
No, I don't mind. Everyone's complaining about the voice, but I'm okay with it. It's like, you know what? It's only because we imagined that's what Ben Grimm's voice is.
Yeah.
Based on cartoons and things where they've done it. I quite like the idea that he'd still have, but I mean, I sort of get it. He's got that rough exterior. Maybe it just highlights the fact that he's still the same guy underneath, which is what I like that idea. So I don't know. So let's just see whether the movie comes out on my birthday. I'm hoping in 2026 to watch it. Great to see you live. Oh, you too. Welcome to the show. Great Legend Show. Thank you very much. Let's remove that and go back to the books, because I do want to do Dave a service, and you can let me know what you think, Robert, as we go through these.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make this screen big. Are you a Dave Stevens fan?
Oh, absolutely.
So
I have to admit, I didn't until like recently, just because I only recently got back into collecting comics in the last 6 months to a year. I've always sort of collected on and off, so I didn't really know about it. It wasn't until I watched the documentary that I really became.
That documentary has converted so many people to be Dave Stevens fans.
Yeah. I've found two major things. I have the Rocketeer, oversized sort of Rocketeer book that compiles all the issues. I found that, and I found his, was it called Covers and Stories, where it's a hardcover that shows all the covers in black and white and everything. So even if I don't find the books with the covers, I have them all because it's all in the book I have. So.
Exactly. Well, this is one of his, so hopefully this is in the book, Mr. Monster, which I picked up from Dave. Dave did have a copy of this. I think it's a VF book. It's got a spine tick on it. So I don't think I'm going to get it graded, but just wanted to get this book because it's not as usual sort of like female covers, which he does fantastically well. Just brilliantly drawn and very sort of classic Dave Stevens. So really happy to pick that one up. We've also got Richard in the chat. Great to see you, Richard. Saying hello.
Hi, Richard.
Then I did get this as well from Dave. So this is Miracle Man number 4. Alan Moore fan?
I can't really say yes or no, really. growing up, my thing was really more GI Joe, Transformers, that sort of thing. But
This-
I was into some Marvel stuff. I've only become fan of things like this recently. I do have a couple of Miracle Man ones that I still have. I can't remember which ones it is. Just a couple of #1 issues or something. I don't think it was the Eclipse one. It's like the Marvel one, where it's like
yes, they're reprinting. They reprinted it. So
yeah.
The nice thing is you can get the Marvel ones very cheaply
Mhm.
because they're sort of. I would imagine now that that run's done and dusted. They've just reprinted it. This is obviously from the original Eclipse run, but yeah, you can go and pick that if you can find them. Essentially, just reprints the whole story. The first 16 issues are done by Alan Moore. I think predated Watchmen, and it's a fabulous story. Very, very violent as it progresses, particularly issue 15. But just tells the sort of Captain Marvel story from a very different, darker way. So I'd highly recommend it if you haven't already checked it out.
I only have the one issue of the Marvel one.
Right.
Yeah, that's about the only one I have. I think I actually had the one that was done with, I think it was Moore and Gaiman did it.
Gaiman did the second half of the book. So he did,
he did
issue 17 onwards. So he took over the book.
But I didn't hang on. I didn't hang on to those. So
yeah. So he took on, and they ended it. They were actually the books. His series of books was called the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Bronze Age.
right.
And he never fully finished it, and so Marvel were reprinting it. And it will be interesting what happens now with all the controversy about Gaiman.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. But I've always self-contained my love of this run to the Alan Moore bits anyway, realistically, because I think for me that's the definitive story. And this is, interestingly, this is an archive copy, so you can see there's got the foil there.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah.
This is from Eclipse Archive Editions, and it's signed by John Toddleburn, who's the artist. But you get that gold foil, John Toddleburn signature, and also piece of art. So it's decent copy to sort of from a Miracle Man fan. And I've already got an issue 4, but this just helps fill out the collection.
Oh, Lone Wolf and Cub.
Lone Wolf and Cub. I thought you'd appreciate it. Again, Dave, he had this on his claim sale. I was like, look, I've never read it. I have always heard fantastic things about it. And so I picked it up. So Lone Wolf, do you know Lone Wolf and Cub very well?
I have one issue number 14, and I got it in one of the comic book bundles I opened up. One of my local stores has buy like 15 comics for $10, just bundled together in like a plastic bag, and you can see one on one side and one on the other. But because Lone Wolf and Cub is thicker, when I was looking at it, I noticed that it says, "Oh, what's this Lone Wolf and Cub?" So I bought that one, but I haven't been able to find any of the others yet. So,
well, this one it didn't cost me too much, but I think it's I need to read it, do a bit more digging.
I hear. I haven't read mine, but I hear it's great. I think what it is I want to try to find either the first few issues, or I don't know if there's trades for it or not.
I suspect so. Yeah, for sure. There's bound to be. There's bound to be.
But everybody says it's great. So
yeah, that's why I was like, when I saw it, I'll just grab it and give it a read. We've got JSS. Sorry, we've got JSS Brooklyn here. Hello, how are you? Really good to see you.
Hi, JSS.
It's good to see you. And then this one, I wasn't expecting to buy this.
Critters.
Recently, I've got into Usagi Yojimbo. And there's a book here that I probably won't show this time. I'll probably save it till next week.
Okay.
But I've really got into Usagi Yojimbo, which is worrying because now I have to buy Albedo 2 because I'm a completionist, and that's so I'm disappointed. But I did manage to get this issue 1 of Critters from Fantagraphics Books to go alongside. I've also got another couple of Usagi keys in a separate package as well. But wanted to grab this. And again, this is from Dave, near mint. Right. So, yeah.
Because the Critters ones aren't as expensive, right?
No, that's not. So this was like Dave charged $40 for this one, which I thought was reasonable, given it was near mint. And I was like, I just snapped it up.
Yeah. The other ones, the anthropomorphic books, those ones are, or whatever they're called.
Yeah. I think that isn't that
albedo? I can't ever say it.
Albedo. I don't know.
I think it's albedo.
I think so. But yeah, and again, I actually really like the cover. Very vibrant, great little cover. So you've got the different artists as well drawing this. So Stan Sakai alongside others. Is it Joshua Quagmire? Yeah. And then Salah. I'm going to butcher it, so I won't even bother. I'll zoom in so everyone can see. There you go.
Yes.
So yeah, pretty really nice pickup. And again, Dave grades really well, so super high grade from him. Then I also picked up House of Mystery 224. Always love some horror, right? If you can get it. And again, this was VF minus, but let's open it up. And I've already revealed my next book. Mm-hmm. Let's just cover that up. But yeah, I just love the art in these. They're so it's just of its time, right? In terms of the paper and
that's great. That's a great page. The one with the castle.
Yeah,
that's a great page.
Yeah. Let's see who else we've got.
House. I don't know if it's a castle, but it sort of looked castle-like.
But I just love the fact that they stuffed them full of these just amazing little stories, and you got such, this one I think is a reprint, The Reluctant Sorcerer, art by Howard Purcell. Mm-hmm. And then, again, I don't know about you, but I love going back, picking up old books and just looking at the merchandise or ads.
The ads. Some of them are, you look at them and they're like, oh, I remember that. Other ones you look at them as like, oh, I remember that. That would not fly today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Famous first editions of Action Comics #1, which when I was at WonderCon this weekend, that was fascinating. There was a stall holder that had hundreds upon hundreds of treasuries. Like somehow they stumbled across this lot of treasuries. There's a Spectre story in here. Abracadoom.
Yeah. I actually came across some House of Mystery books recently. They were in one of my LCS's $2 bins.
Whenever you can, pick them up.
Yeah.
Even if they're in rough state, I love picking them up because the stories are just so cool. And it's the one series that I'm less concerned about grade. So generally, I trace the higher grade as possible, but not in this instance. Okay, story behind this one. So I went back recently and got back to buying Justice League. So I got a Justice League 1. I got the infamous Punch issue, which is where Batman lays out Guy Gardner. And I really enjoyed. I was collecting these at the time. This is one of my first forays into DC. I'm usually a Marvel guy.
Right.
And I always remember this issue fondly, and I'd forgotten about it until the Lobo announcement that Jason Momoa was going to play Lobo.
Yes, so I have that one. I have that one. As Alan from the Comic Collective would say, I have that.
So I tried really hard to find a really good quality copy. So I managed to pick this one up. But you couldn't have 18. So 18 is the one where the Lobo that we know and love now, turned up, because previously in Omega Man he wasn't really Lobo.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas in this one it's sort of like they reinvented Lobo, and this is where the real Lobo in my mind. in my mind, this is the first true appearance of Lobo.
It's the true appearance of what Jason Momoa will probably portray him as.
Exactly.
And when that happens, that book will probably be a bigger book eventually.
Yes.
I mean, the other one will always be his first appearance, but
yes,
the outfit on that actually was it number 3, Omega Man number 3? That outfit is just wild and weird.
It's wild. It's wild. But he doesn't even have the personality. Like, he's got some of them, but the personality traits, like the character building in this, or how they treated Lobo, like they just took a throwaway character and then brought him into, they reinvented him.
I just have this idea in my mind that in the movie because it's the Supergirl movie he's going to be in, right?
Yes.
Right. That they'll do a shot where he's in his normal outfit, and then you'll see on the wall somewhere that old outfit, hanging in tatters. That would be funny.
I can see that happening. That's funny. I could see that. That's I hadn't thought of that. That's a good one. Yeah, I'd never wear that old thing. That would be good. But I just love this book. And then when I got this, I was like, I have to have the 2.
That's the next one, right?
That's the next one. And the rationale guy.
That one I don't have.
So the reason why they adapted, and this is why I wanted to get both side by side, because they're so fabulous. Because they go, these are not from Brave, by the way. These are separate. Right. I thought it'd be good to sort of share, given the sort of movie announcements recently. What I love about this is in the Justice League 18 issue, Guy Gardner's, since he's been knocked out by Batman, he's been very nice, right? And it's almost like he has sort of personality amnesia, like he's forgotten how much of a terrible person he is. And he gets knocked out by Lobo, and essentially that reverts him back to how Guy Gardner is, which is why you get the line back, right? So it's sort of just a beautiful way to have the 2 covers side by side. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to get these graded, but I do just love having them side by side. I might even get them in display. So there's just really this whole part of the storyline for me, and the art by Kevin Maguire's fantastic. But yeah, love those issues. I got this from Dave, which really happy with. This is, I'm not sure what an album. I was wondering about this. What is an album issue? Anyone in the chat knows, let us know, because I was a little confused by this.
That would make Let Us Comics
would make Let Us Comics happy, very happy indeed. Yeah. Yes. Managed to pick this one up. 8.5 Dave grades it as. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm just trying to move these books. Oh yeah, I've got a couple more to share, and then
I saw that.
Yeah, that's for Captain America. But I've got this.
That makes me as a Canadian. That I love that.
This always.
I don't have. That's one of the few books that I would consider a personal grail. Is getting an Alpha Flight #1.
All right, I'm going to do you a favor. For jumping on the stream, for jumping on the stream and saying that, I am going to send you a copy of Alpha Flight #1.
You don't need to do that.
No, I will. Absolutely. I've got a couple of them. I will definitely send you an Alpha Flight #1. I can't guarantee it'll be a Canadian edition, but you'll get Alpha Flight #1 from me. So I'll talk to you after the show. Okay. So this, it has a bit of a benefit to it because it's not just Alpha Flight #1, near mint.
Oh, is that a Mark Jewelers?
No. It's signed by John Byrne on the inside cover.
Nice.
So Mr. Aikens is probably going to be very, very jealous of this book. So yes, I love picking up Alpha Flight #1.
You're going to get that. You're going to get that graded, are you?
I'm not sure. There's a little ding here, which looks like it's a printing error.
Because I recently just watched the Only Slabs episode you did with your books.
Yeah.
It was a while ago that you were on. I forget when it was. Yeah.
I've done two now.
Yeah. Oh, you did 2? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you might have seen the first one. And
Probably.
if it was Alpha Flight and we were talking about the first appearance, the X-Men issue.
Oh no, it wasn't about. It was mostly I saw you were showing books that were mostly signed.
That could have been either one of them as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I would, if I'm tempted to submit this because I thought that was a tear that I just showed you.
Mhm.
It looks like it's a printing error.
I can't really see it, so yeah.
So I might submit that one in and see what we get. But it's just a great book, and just having it signed by John Byrne. The only issue is that you can't see the signature if you get it graded, right? So
yeah,
I have a couple of John Byrne signed ones, so I just haven't got around to submitting it yet.
Just keep it raw then.
Yeah, I think so. That's the dilemma at the moment. So all right, and then the last book for today, which
is
is
a slab. Is it a slab?
Did you see?
Oh, you're starting. You cut out a little bit there.
There you go. Did you see this one before?
No, I've never seen that.
So this, according to Dave, is a 9294. It's got a pop staple, but I'm never that precious about pop staples because if the book is beautiful, I'm happy to have it. But this is a classic Doom cover, which I thought would be a good way to end the stream.
Yes.
And again, the beautiful colors, the green and the red sort of clashing side by side. And again, not the sort of villain that you would ever expect from Daredevil. But I'm super happy to have picked that up from Dave. Gene Colan art.
Looks like a really great copy.
It's very good. I'm just going to crack it open so we can have a little look inside before we end the stream. And again, thank you very much for joining.
That's okay. It was fun.
Yes, I mean, just look at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gene Colan art, Stan Lee story, but beautiful looking copy as you can see. And again, I just love these house ads that you get. It's one of my favorite things of just reading through old comics is just seeing these old beautiful house ads. I mean, again, imagine having a house ad for Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that cover. So yeah, just a fabulous book. Guest appearance by the Fantastic Four with Daredevil. I think this was a crossover issue in terms of they moved over to the Fantastic Four perhaps. But yeah, I need to do a deeper dive on this book. But just beautiful, beautiful copy, and I'm grateful for Dave for giving me the chance to get it from him. And with that, let me just move the cameras back to the main view. It's great for you to join me today.
Yeah. Do you mind if I show you something?
Yeah, go for it. What have you got?
You know what? I'm going to have to change my settings because if I try to do this with this screen, this virtual background, it's just going to... No. All right. So you're going to see my apartment. All right.
My hotel room, so that's fine. Kyle.
Yeah. I got this in the dollar bin yesterday. Yeah.
Excellent work.
And my camera's backwards. Oh well. But yeah, I found that and a bunch of other books in the one of the LCSs I go to on a regular basis. And that and there was Wonder Woman's from the George Perez run I found in the dollar bin as well. Was it like issue number 2?
Yep.
Yeah. So it was issue 2, 6, and 11. I was like, couldn't believe those were in the dollar bin.
Yeah, I've got one more thing that you might like as well.
Sure. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's cool.
I got this. Again, it was in the storage locker, and it felt like I was not going to reveal it today, but it felt like the time to show it. Given the conversation. So.
I got this. I never actually. Do you know what this is? Oh.
No. No, I don't.
I have no idea. It was issue 1. Oh, just I can't. I keep wanting to go the other way. And it says it's like Open Space, and it's actually a Marvel book. I haven't really looked in it yet, but it says Joe Clifford Foss, Tom Grummett, Barry M. Malzberg, Ray Lago, G. Harry Stein, Bill Ray, Lawrence Watt Evans, Steve Yeowell, and Frank Kelly Frias. I don't know any of those names.
Wow.
So maybe it was a specialty book or something like that. I don't know. But it was also in the dollar bin, and I thought, I just have to take this because I've never seen that before. And was it like Mike from Lunch Money Comics says, if you find something and you have no idea what it is,
always pick it up.
And always pick it up because you never know. So
yeah, no, I'm with you. It's you've got to just when you see something, you've got to try and grab it, because otherwise you don't find it. So I've so many books where I've found new things out because I've taken the risk. It's always good. So I'm going to shout out to your channel. So I think Richard left.
He's got it in the.
I'll put a description. I'll put a link in the description with the watch back to the channel as well. If you haven't already, go over, check out the show. I know you've had a few videos recently that
I've been dropping haul videos and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and sort of some really good stuff. You did an Emperor Doom one.
I did a huge trade with my local bookstore. That's like a used bookstore, but they also do other stuff. Yeah, and I traded away tons of books I'd read and just didn't need, and they had several oversized one with the Emperor Doom one. That's the one I actually spent some money on, but the rest of everything in that one video I got in trade.
Yeah,
and I have like 91 subscribers now. Never thought I would get that high.
We'll see if
91 or maybe it's 81. I can't remember.
We'll see if we can get you some more subscribers. As I say, I'll put a link in the chat as well. If you haven't already, so YouTube, your handle is Bell Izzard, right?
Yeah, Bell Izzard, yeah.
So yeah, we'll put a link in the chat. Great to have you on. And as I mentioned, this is the reason why I brought this one up, because I loved you going through the Traveller stuff.
Yeah.
After I'd gone through my Traveller stuff. So we have this in common already, but comics as well. But yeah, Traveller, that was a nice thing to sort of see.
And I have other role-playing stuff I'm going to do at some point.
Yeah.
Because I did that, but I also did my 10 oldest Dragon magazines that I own.
Yeah.
And when I first started, one of my first videos, I showed a whole bunch of my old Dungeons and Dragons modules, some of the oldest Dungeons and Dragons.
Did you see the show that I did on that as well?
I don't know. Was that recent or was that
the recent one? Yeah, we did a whole bunch of.
I thought when you had the boxes, the box sets.
Yes,
is that the one you mean? Okay, so yes.
Yeah. So
these are just like modules, like the old.
Ah, yes.
So I have the old B and X modules and stuff like that.
Excellent stuff.
Because I've been collecting that stuff for decades.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. Do you get to play much anymore?
Mostly I run a couple of play-by-post games on a website called EN World.
Yep.
And it's just, on a message board, text-based.
Yeah.
But I also use a mapping program too. So I create maps, virtual maps for my players to use. And we go through the process of, we just play the game that way. So
very cool.
Because I had friends that were into D&D for a while, but then they've gotten out of it, and I don't really have anybody to play with.
Yeah, I
probably could go to a local shop and play, but
I've toyed. I've said this many times on the stream. I've toyed with getting. I want to get Mr. Akins from What's on the Comic Rack, because he's a established gamer, and so I was like, let's just see if we can get a room full of us that are really into it, and either do a Marvel superheroes role-playing game or a Traveller or D&D. Do the old school rules rather than new stuff. So I'll keep you informed if we get that up and running. Just wanted to say, Bubs here. So great to see you, mate. Thank you for joining. Again, all of these great channels. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Talking of subscribing, Wayne, keep going. You will smash 100 and more to you. So
thank you, Wayne.
There you go. So I think we'll see what we can do. I'll put a link in the description to Bell's channel, and go over there, give him a like and subscribe, and check out his content, because, you know, as I say, it's fun to sort of see how everyone turns up, what they're collecting, and what books they've got. And with that, thanks again for joining, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. As I say, apologies to all for the teething difficulties at the beginning, but we might leave them in there and see if actually people enjoy watching me act like Max Headroom.
It was. I would say leave it in, but just make sure people know, or like find some way to like let them know in the comments. It's like, keep watching, it gets better.
Keep watching, it gets better, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, thanks again for coming. We will see you all next week. There is a WonderCon video coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, as I say, like and subscribe to both myself and to Bell, and we will see you next time on the Merry Monday Mail Call Show. And have a great time, have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.